Hello, St. Joseph's University. Welcome to CGORM at noon. I'm your host, Christian Gormley, joined alongside Joey Beitler as we take you from the AM to the PM. Daniel Potter says it right. I had a bad day. I'm not doing too great. Joey, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Yesterday was probably the best day of my life.
Oh my.
If I could pick. Yeah, no, I got a good grade on my test this morning and my presentation, so
Nice.
it's been a good morning.
Yeah, new morning, another day for me. Joey's hate watch finally comes to fruition. He was successful last night. Thursday was terrible for us Philly fans, us Philly natives. 0 for 3 with the Phillies, the Flyers, and the Eagles. Yeah, Phillies lost in terrible fashion. Flyers get the reigning champs in their own building, and that's just terrible on the schedule makers. And the Eagles get embarrassed by the New York Football Giants on primetime television. Anakin Skywalker, Jackson Dart walked us down with Cam Scatterbill. It was all disgusting last night. If you got any opinions on it, call in 610-660-1098. But we're going to start with going into baseball. I want to go over that Phillies game. It was rough. I think the worst thing in that game was intentionally walking Shohei to make the bases loaded.
Me and Evan were laughing during that. That was so dumb.
It was such a stupid decision with how terrible he has been playing. I mean, I understand it's Shohei, but I feel like... But then Durant just can't walk Mookie after either. It's... So I think the game was lost there, even though we didn't give up the lead. And then even if we won with Luzardo coming in, we don't have a pitcher game 5, dude. We would have a bullpen against Ohtani or Blake Snell, and that would have been terrible.
That would have been Nolan, no?
No, because Nola would have been on on irregular rest. Yeah, but he pitched once, so Thursday, Friday. We would have played Saturday. He would have had 2 days rest. Dude, you would have got nuked.
What happened?
Yeah, at least we, if anything, we don't have to go back home and watch our team lose tomorrow. But that was a disappointing divisional series for another disappointing postseason loss. I guess I'm finally converted to wanting Rob Thompson gone. I don't really care either way what happens next season if he's our manager or not. But okay. Wait, I'll just turn up your mic. Yeah, like I'm saying, it doesn't matter too much to me whether he's our manager or not. I don't really know baseball managers. I don't know who you go out and get. But yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done this offseason, and I guess I can look forward to that.
I think the Phillies right now are kind of in the same spot that the Yankees have been in for the last few years, where the team is good enough in the regular season where you're not going to fire the manager, but the playoff success needs to change. I think the Yankees are finally going to get rid of Boone. They'll probably keep Cashman, but I think Boone's gone. So if Thompson doesn't improve, I think that'll be enough of a precedent for either after next year if they lose in the playoffs again, or 2 years after that, then he'll be gone.
Yeah, it's not fun. It is not fun. I'm with you in Cancun now. Juan Soto and Bryce Harper sharing a beer down there. And then we're going to move over to the Cubs forcing a Game 5 after being down 2-0. What? You're moving to the other mic here. All right, yeah, Cubs force a Game 5 after being down 0-2. Who do you think wins?
I think it's got to be the Brewers. It's so hard to sweep a team. And that's essentially what the Cubs would be doing. I don't really have a ton of faith in the Brewers as a team as a whole, but I think the Cubs are probably the better team and should win. But I just think in an elimination game after winning 2, like, the Brewers are kind of due at this point.
I get that. They didn't have the probable pitchers, which I wanted to see.
It's a bullpen game for the Brewers.
Okay, well, that's going to be rough because the Cubs players can just tee off.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing it's going to be something similar with the Cubs pitcher there. Yeah, I mean, the Brewers did so well at home against the same exact team, so I feel like I can't not pick them. I did have the Brewers. I think I had the Brewers winning in 5 when we did our predictions.
I would have had them losing to either team, the Padres or the Cubs.
But yeah, I like the Cubs as a team. I like both of these teams, but I'm just gonna go with the Brewers. I'll stick with my gut from 2 weeks ago. Hope they can pull it out at home. I don't like seeing the fans go home upset. See, I'll let the Milwaukee fan base. I'll hope they can go home happy tomorrow night. And then tonight we have Tigers versus Mariners, a very fun, exciting back and forth series here. Tigers go down, I believe it was 3-0, and then was that not 3? They were down.
Are you talking about in the game or in the series?
No, in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the series. I believe the Tigers went down 3-0, scored 7 unanswered points to get a game 5. So it's Skubal versus Kirby. Skubal has already lost because of that. The GOAT Polanco from the Mariners hitting 2 solo shots off of him. I can't see Skubal losing this.
Yeah, I have the Tigers, which is so unfortunate because I thought the Mariners would be probably my AL pick with the Yankees out. But I think once they force the Game 5, having Skubal pitch 2 times in a series is so broken.
Yeah, you're not beating. Yeah, I was shocked. I thought they lost the series when they didn't win the Skubal game in Game 2.
I agree.
And then blowing that lead in this previous Game 4, the Mariners. Yeah, I like the Mariners. I like the team. I like a lot of their players, but it's impossible to.
Their lineup is way better than the Tigers, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Just off name value, I don't know each of their playoff stats off the top of my head, but I feel more.
Team's just better, man. This shouldn't have gone to 5.
I mean, that's also true. But Skubal pitching twice when all you need is 3 wins, even though he lost the first one, it's just it's a glitch.
Yeah, I look-y, because I know we were talking earlier. Joey's not a fan of the 5-game series, but yeah, I was actually starting to hate the 5-game series against this Dodger team too, bro. This Dodger team is not going to be competent in a 7-game series. I think they're just going to get blown out the water, and that's maybe just me hating here. But I just don't think they. I'm mad. Anyways, but yeah, I have the Mariners winning Game 5. Sorry. I have the Tigers, Detroit Tigers winning Game 5, and I have the Milwaukee Brewers winning Game 5 for the both respective AL and NL series here.
I completely agree.
So we're going to move on to ALCS and NLCS predictions then. With that, we'll start with the AL. So we have Blue Jays versus Tigers. The 1 seed versus the 6 seed.
Why are any of these teams going to the World Series?
Dude, it's Vladdy, bro. He's a beast, bro. I love Vladdy. But I mean, technically, the Detroit Tigers were that 1 seed for a large portion of this season. So it's kind of just think of it like it's the 1 versus 2 seed here, if you will want to. They choke, they fall to the 6 seed, but they find themselves, if they win tonight, they'll find themselves in the ALCS. So, I mean, does it even really matter that you choked all that much? I mean, playoffs are a clean slate. But if it comes to the Blue Jays versus the Tigers in a 7-game series, I'm definitely going to have to go with the Blue Jays there.
I actually think the Tigers are going to win it. I think they're getting hot at the right time again. I and this is assuming they win, I probably would have the Mariners over the Blue Jays anyway. I can't believe in that lineup. I don't trust the pitching.
Yeah. Nah, the Blue Jays pitching, yeah.
Yeah, I can't go with the Blue Jays to go to the World Series.
The Canadian team, man. Taking over baseball. I can understand that. I don't think. I guess I think the Tigers would technically have a more complete pitching staff there. Yes. I just think. I don't know if the Tigers can compete like that. If it is, it's going to be another one of these curses of the 6th seed, or like miracles turned into curses, where the 6th seed beats everybody in front of them, makes it to the World Series, and then loses. We've seen that now. If that happens, we're going to see that 3 in the last 4 years, with my Phillies in 22, the Diamondbacks in 23, and now potentially the Tigers have a shot at it in 2025. We'll move over to NLCS, which is going to be the Dodgers versus either the Milwaukee Brewers or the Cubs. We both think the Brewers are going to win that game. We're not too confident in it. But either way, either winner here, I think both of them will beat the Dodgers.
I think both of them are going to get killed by the Dodgers.
It's going to be a lot of hate watching. I'm going to have 7. Hopefully not 7. Hopefully it's just 4 games. I can watch the Dodgers get swept and be happy. But every single time we got to the Dodgers, like, I want to call it like a secondary bullpen, because they had like their back half, the bottom of their starters during the regular season, obviously were the first pitchers called for their bullpen. But once we actually got past those guys, we destroyed them, and I think the Brewers or the Cubs, personally the Brewers, I think the Brewers are going to beat down on the. I think the Brewers are actually competent enough to hit the ball against their starters and can actually get into that bullpen earlier. And then the more bullpen arms you have to use, the worse you are throughout the series. I have more faith in the Brewers' offense here to get it done, unlike what we have. And I'd have to look at their pitchers again, but the Dodgers' starting pitching staff, I guess I have to tip my hat to them. They were phenomenal.
I do think the Brewers match up better, just because I think they'll see more pitches than the Cubs would, and they are more competent at punishing bad hitters or bad pitchers, because they'll just put the ball in play and then good things happen to them. But I also think that they won't do much production against the starters, and they would have to come back in almost every game. Their rotation is nowhere near as good as the Dodgers. Really, the only thing they have over them, in my opinion, is the bullpen. So I can't pick the Brewers in this series. It's the Dodgers, probably repeating.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if I have to see the Dodgers in the World Series. Because it would be so nice to see a Blue Jays from coming out of the AL, the 3 possible teams, Blue Jays, Mariners, or Tigers. I'm a fan of any of those teams making the World Series, and then I'd be a fan of the Brewers or the Cubs making it, because I don't have any bad blood with them. Dodgers, though, man, if they go back there and repeat,
I think if it is the Blue Jays, they'll repeat. But if it's the Tigers, they'll beat the Tigers.
What is this faith in the Tigers?
When it's the Mariners, I think the Mariners could do it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think they'll beat Scooble, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so my World Series right now is Blue Jays versus Brewers, the 2-1 seeds. Yeah, I guess I'm not too fun there. I'd really like that series, though. I think that'd be a great series. I think it'd be a whole lot of offense.
Be 2 small market teams.
Okay. So, okay. I don't want to see New York and LA in the World Series.
It's what we want. That's what the people want. I have Tigers, Dodgers, and the Dodgers probably winning in 5 after Scoop Bowl.
Tigers. If the Dodgers get the Tigers in the World Series, that'd be disgusting.
We want the bigger market.
We love the big market.
I'm such a cuck for the money.
Make a great commissioner. Okay, we're gonna move on to. I forgot to do this segment in the beginning, which I'm a little upset about. But new segment, we're gonna call it Credit Where Credit Is Due. We're gonna praise our good takes, maybe make fun of our co-hosts' terrible takes that we got from the last show, which was 2 Fridays ago, so a little bit foggy with all the memories and stuff. But I'm so happy that the Cubs beat the Padres in that wild card. That was my pick. Nobody else had them. A lot of my friends had the Padres in the World Series. So that was a great showboat for me. I got to gloat about that all week. I was really happy.
My World Series prediction was cooked immediately.
Yeah, Joey had Yankees, Padres.
I had Yankees over the Padres in the World Series.
And that got rid of it.
I was so convinced it was the Padres' year. I thought they were the only team that could beat the Dodgers, so...
That's probably true, though. The Padres might have been our only hope here. But I would have hated to see the Padres in the World Series. I don't like the San Diego. I don't like the Padres.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that team. I don't know. There wasn't much other takes, I think, that we got right. Owen, I guess me and Joey got the Yankees over the Red Sox. We don't have Owen here to drill into.
I'll hold my hand up. The Astros take was not the best.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to hate you on that because you're going a little bit have some fun with it. Astros sweep, and I think the Guardians and the Tigers would have had to get...
They would have had to lose 2 each.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think the Guards would have had to get swept, and the Tigers could only win 1. So it was almost impossible for the Astros to make it. Joey still had them in.
They lose that night.
Yeah, they lost game 1 of the series, killing Joey's playoff predictions there. Yeah, I guess. And the only other really take that comes to mind that we absolutely blown was me and Owen with the Panthers versus the Patriots Week 4 game.
Dude, I tried to tell you guys.
I have too much faith in Bryce Young.
We're shifting that agenda over to Dart.
Gosh. But yeah, we didn't have too great of takes, but we're going to start... From here on out, I'm going to start recording our takes, get a little bit of a record system, maybe a point system. We'll figure it out. And then go from there, see who's the best at CGORM at noon with the games we do cover. But now we are going to move over to the NFL. Just a quick little look at the Week 5. So the previous week's crazy antics. There was a lot of upsets. My Eagles and the Buffalo Bills got their first loss against the Bills, against the Patriots. That shouldn't have happened.
The shocking one.
Yeah, that was the shocking one. Us against the Broncos isn't we collapsed in the fourth quarter again. There's just no offensive production. If you even just get one touchdown or even 2 field goals, you give yourself even a better chance at that. And it's just this offense. We were the team with the highest percentage of 3-and-outs throughout the entire league.
We'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah, once
we recap the Giants Eagles game.
It's
I
absolutely
dug into
disgusting.
it a little bit analytically, and I got some stats to pull up later.
I'm so happy to hear how bad my team actually is. So Week 5 continued. We had the Titans' first win. Mm-hmm. I'm happy for Cam Ward. I'm hoping he pans out. I want one of these quarterbacks, these highly drafted quarterbacks, to actually kind of work.
Dart's got us.
Jackson Dart does not have us. Ravens falling to 1-4. I think this, and then Lamar can't play this week. I don't know if he comes back next week for Week 7. I forget.
He was practicing today or the other day, and he's questionable this week.
He's questionable. I don't think.
Yeah, expected fantasy points, but okay. I doubt he plays. So he probably will be back next week.
And so they're against the Rams, and I believe they're away against the Rams, but it doesn't even matter if you're away against the Rams. That stadium can get taken over in an instant. Fans. Yeah. And then So I think if the Ravens lose this game, which I think they will if Lamar doesn't play, even if he does play, I think they probably are going to lose it because obviously he's going to be coming off an injury. They're going to fall to 1-5, and then I don't know how you make the playoffs from that.
The only way I could see it happening is if the Patriots regress, which won't happen. The Broncos just completely sell, or the Chargers without Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater. They can't protect Herbert, which I will have happening later. I will have them losing to the Dolphins this week, but
Wow.
I none of those teams are just going to fall off a cliff, and I don't think the Ravens could sneak in at 9-8 or 10-7, whatever their best case scenario is. Which is unfortunate because I had them as the 1 seed. I had them as the Super Bowl champion heading into the year. That defense is just so bad. Worst against the run in the NFL.
It's like looking at a buffet, bro. You can just take anything you want.
Yeah, it's. Who would have thought that Jair Alexander at CB2 was not the choice?
Yeah, the Ravens, I don't think you make the AFC playoffs with a 9-8 record this year. I think you need to be 10-7.
I kind of think everyone else, like, there's not really any other candidates outside of the AFC South. Like, the Jags and Colts will probably both get in. But
Chargers and Chiefs are probably both going to get in.
Yeah.
And then
it's so top heavy though, is my point. The AFC.
I can see that, but if the Ravens fall again this week, I don't know.
It won't
give
happen,
up the season.
There's a slight path. They would just have to win.
Yeah.
Who did they play in week 7? Let me see.
Yeah, I mean they got to have a tough schedule too, being the division winner. They're going to play other division winners.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, man. When's their bye?
It might be week 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing them on here. So yeah, they have a bye next week for Lamar to get right.
And
then they just gotta win out pretty much.
Well, I mean, if they have 5 losses,
then they come back against the Bears, so that could be a get right game.
Caleb Williams is better than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, but they can't run the ball, and that's probably the Ravens' biggest weakness right now. Is that?
Yeah. Okay, so Raven fans, you got a chance with this Week 7 bye. Might have actually saved you.
Yeah, they could have the time to get healthy.
Otherwise, we'll see. We'll see at the end of the year. But then we see the Chiefs fall to the Jags. What a great Monday night game.
My Jags.
That was so fun. That last play, the last touchdown with Trevor Lawrence was very funny. So the Chiefs are now 2-3. I don't think that matters too much to them. I don't think it matters too much to Kansas City. I think they make the playoffs, and they probably win a game or two.
They'll probably win the division still, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially with Joe Alt and Slater injured. Chargers with back-to-back losses against the Giants and the Commanders. I mean, I guess 2 good teams, whatever. But if you're the Chargers, you want to get a win this week against Miami.
I hate to say it, but Herbert's got no help still, and everyone's going to hate him once he falls short in the postseason again.
He's actually so terrible.
He made Quentin Johnson and Keenan Allen look good, and now they're figured out. It's over.
I picked up Keenan Allen in fantasy. I was like, he was on waivers in some of my smaller man leagues, and I was like, all right, perfect. You know what? My wide receiver rooms in all my fantasy leagues are kind of trash this season. So I was like, all right, perfect. I got a nice little flex guy, maybe even wide receiver too. And then he gets, I think, like back-to-back 10-point games for me. So not too great for what he has been doing.
Lad McConkey has been awful.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's more of a usage thing or like he's gotten worse, but he hasn't done anything.
I am happy for Johnson though; he found his hands.
Johnson hasn't been selling himself now. He's always had this like usage and the separation in him, but now he's just catching the passes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's move to Thursday Night Football. Going back. 12 hours here. 18 hours to that Thursday night game. you got to 12 hours back to midnight,
It was like
and then
15.
16 hours. 16 hours. 16 hours ago, the Eagles faced off against the Giants in East Rutherford, and the Giants at halftime 17-20. Eagles obviously not looking too good. The Giants looking great, and then we don't score another point in the entire second half. I don't. You can. Let you start here, Joey.
First of all, Mike Kafka, our offensive coordinator, looks. It's so loud.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you when you're just. Mike Kafka, our offensive coordinator, I don't know what he does like all week. With Jackson Dart, we just score on the first drive every time. I've never seen this many first drive touchdowns in my life. He's been absolutely cooking. Our run game hasn't been good all year. Got a little bit of hope this week without Jalen Carter. Offensive line got a little bit of push.
Didn't want to play on the MetLife field.
Yeah,
I don't blame them, but
that's some
on,
BS,
bro.
That's some BS. They just wanted to embarrass us one more time. Same with the Saquon documentary dropping the same day that they play us. I'm sure it's all a coincidence. But digging into the Eagles, I was really bored in my second class today, so I just dove into some stats. A little bit of a shocker. The Eagles are way worse than they were last year offensively. Their explosive play rate, which is 10-plus yards, has dropped from 15% last year to 12% this year. The league leader's usually around 18.4. So it's still not that terrible, but it just dives deeper into my thinking that Patullo just wants to get into third and short because he's so confident in the tush push, which, by the way, isn't that much better than a regular QB sneak. I also researched that. It's 80% effective to get the first down from third and fourth down on short, third and fourth and short the past 2 seasons. The regular QB sneak is 77%.
It is a lot of outrage.
The Eagles just run it 4 times more than any other offense in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it gets you the yard.
I mean, it does make it easier just to get into a third and 2. They only need 8 yards for a first down. But it limits your ceiling with the explosives. It also limits your limits your 3-and-out rate. They are at 37.1% of the time. Over a third of their drives, they go 3-and-out. It was 20.6 last year. The average is usually about 20. So they're 17% worse at just getting a singular first down.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Jalen,
that should not happen with this offense, bro.
It's what happens if they just run the ball 2 times or they throw it short, and then that they're either third and 2 or it's third and 8, and then you're screwed.
Yeah, I like that point. That I guess Patullo is playing off the tush push, which he. And that was awesome, our touchdown when we ran it 4 times straight. I love that. I've thought about every single time we were within if we're first and goal at the 6 or first and goal at the 5. I'm
just run it.
I'm just run it every single time.
That was the most frustrated I think I've ever been.
But yes, we should not be getting 3-and-out at, what did you say, 37% of our drives. 37% of our drives. That's over a third of our drives. We see this team not even get a singular first down.
I think, and this is just, if I remember correctly, because we talked about it in sports analytics, wasn't it 15% of the time you don't gain a single yard on a drive?
I don't know that stat, and I don't know that percentage, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's around there, because Saquon hasn't been breaking off on a lot of runs. We'll
talk about him at the end of my point.
Not even a break off, a 50-yard touchdown, but I feel like he hasn't just broken off just 6 yards. You know what I'm trying? You know what I'm trying to say?
It's either 15 yards or stopped at the line.
Yeah, he gets stuffed at the line, and probably has to do with our little bit of a banged up O line, but. If you're Saquon Barkley, you don't need a you shouldn't need an elite O-line. You should be able to get some yards here, but maybe.
That's what I've been telling you. He would have still been on the Giants if he needed a elite O-line.
Frustrating.
But yeah, I saw those two stats, and I was like, okay, so why is that? Is that a scheme thing, or is that a player thing? So I look into it. Jalen Hurts has only thrown 10 to 19 yards over the middle of the field 5 times in 6 games, and he's completed 1 pass. So you're just completely eliminating probably the largest portion of the field. At this time last year, he was 8 for 11 with Kellen Moore.
Okay, so yeah, Hurts doesn't pass over the middle of the field. So we've passed over the middle. So what? In between the hashes?
In between the hashes, 10 to 19 yards down the field.
10 to 19 yards down the field. Okay.
So you're just not even trying for any sort of first down, on first down, or second down, or anything like that. You're just, it's either a deep ball down the sideline, or a run, or a check down.
I'm hoping this. I'm really hoping, because obviously the broadcasts were praising the stat the past couple of games about Hurts's streak with passing attempts without an interception. Obviously, he doesn't turn the ball over. That's why he's such a great quarterback, because he doesn't do that. But I'm hoping this interception against the Giants, just I don't know, gets him angry. Lets him, just fling the ball. Just try to get something, man. I think he's just, I guess, too scared of the mistakes. I don't know.
Or Patullo is too scared of the mistakes, which I think is probably more accurate. Back to the run game. They run gap at 68.5%. Last year, they only ran at 56.2%. So they just don't run zone running scheme at all anymore. Which is really weird, because with the Giants, he ran it pretty much 50-50, and then best year of his career last year with the Eagles, ran it 40% of the time. So it just makes no sense to me. Why switch up what isn't broken? The O-line is mostly the same. Mekhi Becton can't be the reason.
No, he's not. Okay, wait, sorry. So it's, what scheme is it? Sorry?
It's gap, which is pretty much just man, but with O-line.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're not running that as much.
No, you're only running that.
Okay.
You're not running zone.
Okay. I see what you're saying here now.
And I also searched it up, his breakaway rate, which is 20-plus yard runs. He has, I think, 3 of them this year. I'll double-check real quick.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not too many there. I haven't seen them. I couldn't even... Might be able to think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's 4. All 4 of them were on the zone.
Are you kidding me?
Saquon is not forcing many missed tackles, or not as many as last year. He's only forcing 11.6% of his runs. He forces a missed tackle. It was almost 20% last year, which also might have to do with the fact that the defenses are showing an 8-man box on 30% of his runs. That's 10% more than last year. Mm-hmm. So they're just not even trying to stop Jalen Hurts. They have zero faith in the chemistry, which also leads me to another point. In the red zone, they don't target the receivers at all. Dallas Goedert has 50% of the red zone targets. Mm-hmm. He's the only guy with a receiving touchdown in the last 4 games. I don't know what you're doing.
Did you make that bet with Goddard any time?
No, I didn't.
Because that's what I was thinking.
Oh no, I put that on the real quad. I was.
Yeah. Because I did see that, I got excited for you. Yeah, no, it's annoying because we've been actually great in the red zone. Yeah. It's been our best place, maybe because it's you don't have the 10 to 19 yards down the field in the middle, the one place we don't throw all on the rest of the field.
That play call yesterday actually had me so moved.
It was great. It was great.
Pitch to Goddard.
Yeah, Patullo I guess he only wants to draw up red zone plays. Doesn't want to have anything before that. But yeah, it's really frustrating watching this offense, and Patullo not being fired today. You mentioned it earlier today. That's kind of wild. I think he needs to go. This offense needs to get something working, and if he's only going to be running the same exact plays the entire game, you're not making it any difficult on the defense.
It's actually like Madden coach suggestions over and over again. I thought with how confident the Eagles as an organization were coming into this game that he'd definitely be gone, and I thought if you guys won by a blowout, which you probably should have on paper, that Brian Daboll would have been gone. So I think just questions need to be answered either way.
Unfortunately, the game is not played on paper, folks.
Daboll coached out of his mind this game for some reason. He knew his job was on the line.
Contract game for Brian Daboll.
Extend him.
Yeah, I can't lie. Once the Phillies lost, I kind of was upset. So I was not paying insane close enough attention, especially after the Giants, especially after every single 3 and out, and now the Giants are just scoring on every drive. So that second half of the game is very blurry to me, but maybe that's better. I think Tulo obviously needs to get gone, and if you have
I was expecting some sort of announcement. At least, like, Nick Sirianni takes play calling privileges back or something like that. Like, you can't just keep trying it again and again, and if it's not working, that's the definition of insanity.
It's really annoying. We get the Vikings and the Giants again. So if we go 0-2 to you in 3 weeks, I guess then fire the entire coaching staff, because okay. Yeah. What did I want to say? I just thought of something. No. If you want to vent out some frustration here on the Eagles, or if you want to showboat about your Giants, we got numbers 610, 660, 1098. That is 610-660-1098. Now the Eagles are buns, and I think something needs to change. So Joey's happy. I'm not. We're going to move on to predicting some other games. We're going to look at the bigger games for week 6. We can watch Sunday stress-free. We're going to start with the Jets-Broncos real quick. Jets are winless. And Broncos 3-2. Broncos are away. Broncos are away.
It's in England.
Oh, right. I forgot. It's the England game.
I want to say the Jets are going to win this one. I think we're going to get some craziness into England. I think Bo Nix. It's impossible to predict, but like he's going to come out the plane tired or something. Like I don't trust Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is not good with jet lag.
As long as Justin Fields is running, I think they'll be fine. The biggest mismatch is the biggest X factor is Garrett Wilson versus Pat Surtain. I think Pat Surtain probably wins it, but the Broncos' edges can't run defense. Like, Nick Bonito, as good as a pass rusher that he is, he's not a good run defender. And this Jets O-line should be able to at least wash and make it somewhat comparable for Breece Hall and Justin Fields to sit back there. So I think it'll just be a lot of Tanner Ekstrand running read option or just trying to run it down their throats. The occasional play action shot to Garrett Wilson or something like that. But it ultimately comes down to I don't think the pass rush will do what they need to do in this game, and they need to do it because I don't have much faith in the Broncos offense.
I like that take. But no, I'm not going to take the Jets in this game. I'm taking the Broncos. Simple as that. But I don't think I had the Broncos being a worse team this season by a large margin, maybe too much of a large margin. But yeah, I don't think the Broncos are going to do. I don't think it's going to be like a blowout win, especially since it's in England.
Yeah.
But I do think the Broncos win. But I don't think they show. I don't think they show much of anything good. And now I do remember what I wanted to say with the Eagles Giants. This will be the last thing I say. That hours-long conversation between Hurts, Brown, and Saquon, I am convinced.
A.J. Brown said never happened.
Which A.J. Brown said never happened in the interview. I hate sports media, man. Can we please just stop interviewing these players, bro, and creating unnecessary drama, especially this Philly media, man? I can't listen.
It clearly I'm not faulting AJ Brown.
No, he just doesn't want to say anything about it.
Admit that. Just say, yeah, we talked.
Yeah, but I'm convinced they got together and said, let's throw this game in order to get Kevin Patullo fired, because these are competent football players that know football. I'm sure, the play, Saquon was like, yeah, Jalen Hurts and I drew that one up on the 40-yard touchdown or whatever. Yeah. So I'll stop talking about my Eagles here, and we'll move over to Seahawks Jags. Kind of looking like, or not one of the best top 3 game for Sunday. It's going to be Jags at home again. It's going to be, I do not know. It should be very fun.
This is probably the biggest toss-up to me. They match each other perfectly. The Jags just traded Tyson Campbell for Greg Newsome, which is an absolute fleece, and Greg Newsome should be able to at least stay with Jackson Smith and Jigba. You know what? I'll go with the Jags at home. I think Devin Lloyd could match up against A.J. Barner if need be. I trust their run defense. I trust their run game. Seattle's run defense is also really good, but I like Liam Cohen as a play caller. O-line is fine enough. Brian Thomas Jr. against Tariq Woolen could get a little dirty.
But they're coming off a big win against the Chiefs.
Yeah, hopefully they use Travis Hunter more.
Travis Hunter looked, oh my goodness.
He'll probably be matched up against Devon Witherspoon this game, so I don't have a lot of faith in him to put up the numbers, but just use him as a little bit of a decoy, because if Witherspoon if he's not even on the field, Witherspoon will be on Brian Thomas Jr. And then Woolen will be on Parker Washington or Diana Brown or whoever. But yeah, I'll take the Jags in this game.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to do the opposite of you once again here. I'm going with the Seahawks. I don't know. I've been doubting them all year. I think it's
in this game. And then Woolen will be on Parker Washington or Diana Brown. Because if Witherspoon if he's not even on the field, Witherspoon will be on Brian Thomas Jr. And then Woolen will be on Parker Washington or Diana Brown or whoever. But yeah, I'll take the Jags in this game.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to do the opposite of you once again here. I'm going with the Seahawks. I don't know. I've been doubting them all year. I think it's finally time for me to hop on their train and give them some respect here. I think, especially watching that Buccaneers game, I know the Jags are going to play a little bit more better defense.
Actually, I'll add a contingency.
Right.
If Trayvon Walker plays, the Jags will win. If he's out again, then I'll take the Seahawks.
But yeah, I'm really hoping it's a good game, and I'm expecting the Seahawks to go down to Jacksonville and get that W. So we're gonna go to the AFC North division here. Browns versus Steelers. I don't know. I love the division matchups. And I wanted to highlight that the Steelers might host a wild card. I'm sorry, yeah, might host a wild card game this season.
Might get the bye.
Steelers 1 seed with A-Rod, 40-year-old A-Rod.
MVP watch?
No, bro. That's low-key Dax Award. I hate to say it.
I mean, by definition, if they get a 2 or 3 seed, he's got to be in the conversation.
Even if they get the guy was going, nah. But I think it's an NFC quarterback's year. I think it's probably going to be Baker or Dak.
I think it'll be Josh Allen again, just because it's Josh Allen.
I don't like the back-to-backs. But, yeah, Steelers have a very great shot at, Joe Burrow's out until December, so Bengals aren't going to be winning too many games. Lamar out, unfortunately, might be out for another week. Hopefully he can play, but I don't think they're going to beat the Rams. So the Ravens are going to be 1-5. and they're going to need like a miracle to even win the division at that point. And the Browns are the Browns. So Steelers hosting a wild card. They're not going to be the 7th seed smashed again, but they're probably getting 10, 11 wins.
Yeah, I mean,
and I see them beating the Browns this week.
It'll be probably against the Broncos, if I had to guess, and that should at least be a good matchup. Like, I don't have a lot of faith in either team at this point in time. So
yeah, that's going to be a Steelers winning the division. All right.
The weather just started getting cold though, so we got plenty of season left.
plenty of season, and that's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, we just both have Steelers there.
Yeah, but
okay,
dude, I can't doubt the Browns, dude. I took them last week against the Vikings, and they had it for most of the game, and then they choked it away.
My goat Wentz, still one of my favorite Eagles all time.
He's one of mine too.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel to me is way worse than Flacco, probably worse than Shador. I don't have any faith in him, which is why I'm taking the Steelers once they got film on them. But that Browns defense is so legit. Tyson Campbell is really bad at football, so maybe it gets worse without Greg Newsome. But yeah, it's the better team's gonna win. That's all I gotta say.
Better team at home.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got for the 1 seed in the NFC. We have the Niners versus the Bucks. They're both 4-1. A win would put you at 5-1 atop the standings. Bucks are home.
It's easily the Bucks. It's Mac Jones still, I think, on Sunday. Receivers still aren't going to be healthy.
Niners got some magic,
won't be
though.
Back.
Yeah, all these injuries last time, and they beat the Rams. I know, granted, with some bad coaching decisions
and there's
there.
A Thursday night game. It was a short week. But yeah, it's the Bucks. Baker's been unreal this year. Ibuka's probably rookie of the year right now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Although watch out for Judkins. and
watch out for Jackson Dore.
And watch out for Cam Scatterbill. Yeah, Mike Evans has been getting healthier. Godwin's working his way back. Just another week of rehab and shit like that, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll see if Bucky Irving plays. I don't think he's expected to, but I
don't think so either.
I like Rashad White as a spot start.
Yeah. Like, he's a great back.
I don't know about great.
Okay, he's a good back.
Yeah, he's a solid little player. That defense is still unreal. Yeah, I mean, I'll take Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Tampa Bay for similar reasons, but I don't think it's going to be. I think the Niners are going to put on a game out there. I think it's going to be close. I think it's probably Bucks by 10, but I don't think it's going to be.
I don't even know if it'll be 10, but
I'm excited for that. And then the winner gets the rewards of being the 1 seed. Fans can take a picture. I don't think the Bucks are going to. Yeah, I don't see the Bucks getting the 1 seed in the NFC. So, or if the Niners somehow win that game, they are definitely not getting the 1 seed. So, Niners fan, if you win, take a picture of the standings.
And if you're a fan of an NFC West team, that's not the Niners. Also take a picture of the standings for later.
Yeah, try to use it against them. And then finally, I believe this is Sunday Night Football. Lions versus Chiefs. Chiefs are at home in Arrowhead, and the Lions are coming off a high-scoring game against the Bengals. Bengals put up a little bit too many points if you're Lions fans, but the Lions had control for 3 quarters, and won the game. So, and the Chiefs are coming off a good game against the Jags. I mean, even though you lost, you still put up 28 points.
Their offense finally looked competent, at least in the first half. I'm taking the Lions still. The Chiefs are favored in this game, according to DraftKings. But the Lions just look completely unstoppable. They're I don't know. Yeah, I'll say it. They're probably the best team in the NFL as of right now. After week 1, they just looked like insane. They looked mad. They looked angry. Defense still isn't phenomenal. It's not where you want it to be just yet. But Aiden Hutchinson, he recovered way better than I thought he would. And then
I'm happy for him.
Those safeties, obviously elite. Just need another outside corner, and you could be another great defense.
No, they don't run into Washington.
This year has confirmed my suspicion that Aaron Glenn isn't a good mind in football at all. Defense looks pretty much the same without him, and the Jets look terrible. So.
Yeah, I don't want to rule out the Chiefs because of. I just think I'm gonna go against you again here, Joey. I apologize. I'm taking the Chiefs. I think they looked good. I know that line for the Lions is gonna be a little bit better than Jags, but I think offense stays looking good. You're at home. You need this. Get this win. Get the 500.
This is the last week without Rashee Rice too.
Yes. I'm happy for that. He's been stashed on my fantasy bench, and I need a wide receiver badly. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I think I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
I don't hate it. I would hate it if they weren't favored on sportsbooks. I don't know what they know, but they're always right.
They always know something. It's probably it's probably name brand. Books are always
I'll never fault anyone for picking Mahomes, especially when the other quarterback is Jared Goff. So.
Wait, I totally forgot. Jared Goff's undefeated against Patrick Mahomes.
We did get the best game of the modern era, Jared Goff versus Mahomes.
Ooh. Okay, you know what? I'm changing it. I totally forgot that Jared Goff's undefeated against Mahomes in the regular season. So
I've been seeing a lot of streaks come to an end.
But I feel like those are the streaks that don't end with Mahomes. If you can beat Mahomes in the regular season, Josh Allen's has a very good record against him in the regular season. Ertz has a good record against him in the regular season. Yeah. So I'm changing my pick because I forgot about that. Jared Goff, you're undefeated against Mahomes. Keep it up.
Makes me want to change it.
Makes you want to change the Chiefs.
They're due.
So that would put the Chiefs at 2-4 if the Lions win. It's a little scary, but not into. I don't know. I guess don't set off the alarms yet. Yeah. Still the Chiefs.
With Rashee Rice coming back, I think Rashee Rice is actually going to go crazy for the Chiefs this year.
Yeah, their offense will definitely be better tenfold, and yeah, they're easily.
And when they trade for Breece Hall at the deadline,
it's just did they make the AFC Championship again, man?
I mean,
is this the streak that breaks?
So many of those AFC teams are fake. I can't have the Colts in the AFC Championship,
and then without Ravens, the Bengals.
Yeah, that's what the Bills will definitely probably be in there.
But
Chiefs own. They need to play someone else in the championship. So
why
not the Chiefs?
Imagine the Chiefs make 4 Super Bowls in a row. It'd be insane. So that's the last of the NFL games. Do just a little quick NHL recap. Obviously, I'm not too well versed in my hockey knowledge. If you are, call in at 610-660-1098. That's 610-660-1098. But the Flyers get the reigning champs in the reigning champs building to start the season. I only lose by 1 goal. Our goalie, I didn't realize we got the Flames goalkeeper. He had it was either 34 or 38 shots against them. So our defense, that tells me our defense stinks. I wasn't able to triple box on YouTube TV. They wouldn't let me do the Flyers game, so it was just Phillies and Eagles. So I didn't even see a second of that game. But I guess with a bad defense, you don't get a good offense. But the Panthers are just too good of a team, I guess, for us. Just hoping for the games I get to go to, our wins. That's really all I'm hoping for. You get another year, Michikov year 2. I don't know. And then Joey's Rangers off to a 1-1 start. They lose to the Penguins and then blow out the Sabres.
It's impossible to tell what this team is. The game 1, they look like the same team from last year. They're just slow, old, not really competitive. Game 2, they looked like they were all in their primes. But
anybody's gonna look against
the Sabres.
against the Sabres.
Igor looks insane again. 1 goal allowed in the 2 games. I came into the year really high on the Rangers. I like Mike Sullivan as a coach, so I'm not going to waver too much 2 games in. I think they play again tonight. Lafreniere's look good. Some of our star players need to step it up a little bit. Like Panarin hasn't been otherworldly like he usually is. JT Miller's kind of just doing his thing. I know he scored yesterday, but
I'm excited for this. I'm excited to watch more of this goalkeeper. I didn't keep up with the Flyers all season, so now I'm just learning about it now. I'm really hoping he's good because you sneak yourself into the playoff. All you need is your goalie to get hot and just block everything. If he becomes a wall in the playoffs, you win it all. So we'll see with the Flyers. We'll keep up with hockey. And then basketball season starts up the October 21st or 22nd. And we get to start talking about Knicks, Sixers, and Celtics. It's going to be a fun CGORM at noon.
We get Knicks Celtics in the first week of basketball.
Yeah, that's true. Get to talk about our teams, and hopefully my...
There's only one good team in that
list. The Sixers. Yeah. Paul George legacy year. Joel Embiid healthy the entire time.
We got your best player.
It's... Hopefully that's not another long season for the Sixers. Or I guess I'm hoping it's the longest it possibly can be, but hopefully it's fun to watch. And we'll do what we did last time. We're done with our sports. Hours coming to a close. It's 12:58 Eastern time here at the studio. We got around to watching Return of the Jedi. So I've finished my movies for the original 6 plus Rogue One for Star Wars. So kind of that like chronological 7, I guess. I really liked it. Well, okay, so for the first hour and a half, if you have any opinions on Star Wars, call in 610-660-1098.
All 3, yes.
The first hour and a half did not feel like a Star Wars movie at all. It felt, I don't know, I guess I don't have much examples or way to explain it, but it just didn't feel like anything I've watched previously, and I felt like it was like a completely different franchise. But I guess that's like kind of common with Star Wars movies, is that I don't really like the first and second act until we get to the third act. I've found that pattern. Or I don't like a specific act, but I love the other 2. But Return of the Jedi, I was still entertained throughout it. It was really funny. It was a little bit on the weirder side. And then I know we were talking about our rankings. I have it at number 2 under the Empire Strikes Back. Revenge. I have Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back for the 3 Star Wars movies. My top 3. And I don't care if you put 5 above 6. I probably should, but 6 was just really funny. And I like a good ending. I think watching it chronologically was the best.
Yeah. I mean, Jar Jar was in this one. So
yeah, Jar Jar was in movie 6. He was not in movie 5 or 4. We set free! Got to see my goat again.
I just really enjoy this movie. You could definitely see the change in tone as Star Wars starts becoming like a family movie. It's really evident in this one. I don't know if it has anything to do with them like revealing that Darth Vader is his father in the second one.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I said, no, there's still good left in you. The classic just trope there in the movie 6.
But yeah, I mean, I just had a fun time watching it, and that's all I care about in a movie. I don't really care about how it's made or what directing choices or cinematography is in.
He's on Sen.
Yeah. I just care about, like, is it fun to me or does it hit for me? And it really did.
I agree there. It was funny. Our co-host Owen watched it and realized and moved it down like 3 spots in his rankings.
It was right behind Empire, and he moved it down to 5.
Yeah, that was. I liked it. Yes, I had fun as well. I was entertained. It's a good little feel-good movie. And seeing Hayden Christensen's actor,
that pissed me off.
Well, that made Joey mad. I actually liked it. I liked seeing Anakin alongside Obi-Wan and Yoda.
Yeah, but originally they had the Vader actor, and it hit so much better. He didn't die as Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, but like the Vader actor, Loki, like did it have his face as you saw it, or did it have him like?
No, it was him,
deformed. Still.
No, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was you.
So it
probably couldn't recognize him, but
okay.
But it just hits better because like he went through that whole transformation. He didn't go back to who he was. He's a new guy. He bettered himself.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Why are we watching the version of him cheer on Luke after the version of him that turns into Vader?
Guess you age back 30 years. Well, I guess if you really
he had the spirit of a 16-year-old kid in him.
If you're really thinking about it, Anakin Skywalker did die as he looked like that, and it was Darth Vader until yeah, he's back. But okay, I understand that point, and maybe you can convince me otherwise. But I'm a sucker for a good ending.
Yeah,
say?
I love that movie. We gotta move on to the best trilogy in Star Wars soon.
Yeah, episode 7, 8, and 9.
And Solo.
That's gonna take a while because we're going into October. We got scary movie time. We got Halloween movies coming up next. Shoot me some suggestions for what to watch. We've got some classics.
We got the original It next.
We got the original
It.
I'm excited for the original It because I've been wanting to watch that like forever. Because I was such a scaredy cat as a kid.
Yeah.
Where I knew like if I watched anything scary, I'd like just be thinking about it for days on end.
I was the same way.
So when I was a kid, like I saw the It clown. I'm like, okay, I can watch this because this clown isn't scary. So I've been wanting to watch it forever now, and we finally are with our Halloween movies.
Scariest movie on the list: Charlie Brown's Blockhead Revenge.
Yes, I'm actually really excited for Charlie Brown Blockhead's Revenge, and CGORM at noon actually lands on Halloween.
Ooh!
We you guys get some if you tune in early. If you're at 11 o'clock a listener,
you will be listening to Monster Mash for an hour straight.
You will be listening to Halloween music. Maybe even the 24th. I'll throw some Halloween music in because I love me some holiday themed music. I think Thanksgiving needs some. I can't wait to start listening to Christmas music. It's one of my favorite genres of all time. Is Christmas music. But it is Halloween season. I'm Happy Gilmore this Halloween. Are you going with...
I'm Bobby Boucher.
Joey's Bobby Boucher. We're running the Adam Sandler costumes. I'm excited. So I got stuff to look forward to. I'm not going to look in the past because of my 3 Philly teams. Joey's on a little high with his Giants. Maybe they're going somewhere.
It'll last me a week and a half. and then we'll lose to Denver, and then I'll be happy again because we play the Eagles, and you can't talk shit to me.
Yes, I guess I can't really say anything until Patullo is fired, and that's what we're gonna hope for this week. So thanks for tuning in, St. Joseph's. I'll catch you guys next Friday at noon, always, and yeah, catch you guys next Friday on the flip side of the clock, and enjoy the long fall break. We need it.